What's up, Etsy sellers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over the most important Marmalade feature that I consider to be the best for my workflow, the best for deciding which keywords to use. There's millions of people coming to Etsy every single day, and if you are not put in front of them, then you're not going to make much money. So this feature and this workflow that I use helps me to figure out if a keyword is worth using, because the number one question you should be asking yourself when you are crafting your title and your tags is the following. If I rank number one for this keyword, will the person searching it purchase my product? Now, if the answer is not a resounding yes, then you should not be using that keyword. So that I'm talking to a lot of the sellers that use keywords that are just way too broad, like birthday gift on something that really typically isn't a birthday gift. I'm just going to show you a quick example really quick, and then we'll start jumping into the Marmalade. If you're new to this channel, thank you for coming. Please consider subscribing. I do new videos all the time on Etsy Success. Check the description for helpful links below. And if you want to try Marmalade yourself, the link is in the description as well, and it helps support my channel. So please use my link. You don't pay anything extra, and it helps support my channel. So let's jump into my screen here. Birthday gift. This is just something that should not be used on something that isn't a birthday gift. Look at these products here on the screen here. These could be sold to literally anybody with a birthday, right? But if you slap birthday gift on something that is just pretty niche, then it's not going to sell very well. So just keep that in mind. I'm not really sure why there are 1, 2, 3 penis style gifts on the front page of this. I'm not sure why everyone's obsessed with those things, or at least, the general public. Kids use this website. But anyway, so let's jump into it. This is how I use Marmalade. Let's start with Mother's Day because let's start with Mother's Day gift, because that's a great place to start. So number one, you want to go to the search function. Okay, wow, big surprise, I know. But bear with me, we're going to do some super magical things next, right? So Mother's Day gift, unless a mother would want to use it, then don't be using it on your product, obviously. Mother's Day gift is pretty big. You can see here in Marmalade that it dies off, not during Mother's Day season. So a bonus lesson number one was what I mentioned earlier, the don't use it if they're not going to for sure buy it. Bonus lesson number two here is if you're using seasonal tags on your listings all year round, I don't recommend doing that. Create specific listings for Mother's Day a month or two in advance. Let that ride, and then a few days after you deactivate that. However, if you keep Mother's Day on a listing all year long, you're wasting space, and that wasted space, you might even confuse the algorithm and end up hurting your ranking. There are listings that can survive. You can have a listing survive keeping a seasonal tag on it all year round, but it's just, I wouldn't consider it a best practice. So the solution would be you want to create specific listings for a said holiday: Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, etc., and deactivate it a few days after, because that's going to hurt your ranking if you're going to keep it on there all year round. However, you will see some listings survive, and those listings have to be really good to survive. And if those listings are so good, they would likely do much better without that keyword on there all year round. Okay, so that's bonus lesson number two for you guys. So type in something to search here, scroll down to the bubble. Lots of super helpful things in Marmalade. Keep that in mind. All these tools on the left hand side, super helpful. However, a lot of people get caught up with the bells and whistles. I'm making this video because I want to show you my workflow so you can kind of save time and just focus on what matters the most. That's why I like Marmalade over eRank, because I like the search data much more, and there's less bells and whistles, so there's less distraction. I use both. However, I prefer, if I only had to choose one, I would choose Marmalade. So let's go down here. Lots of cool tools. Don't get distracted. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Now the bubble is where it is at. Okay. This bubble is going to show you very related keyword searches. From this bubble, okay, we're going to take a few of these keywords. So we're going to use gifts for mom. That's an obvious one, but I'm in an example where you're using one of your keywords or more specific keywords. Just grab one of the related keywords that match well, okay? Copy that, head on over to comparison, all right? Dump that in there. That's searching. Now, while that's searching, we can go back to the bubble and we can search again. So we had gifts for mom, and now we're going to use new mom gift. This, I mean, that one is definitely relevant if it's a new mom, if your product is, targeted towards new moms. So we're going to go back over to the bubble while that one's searching, and we're going to grab cute mom shirt. No, is it a cute mom or is the shirt cute? We don't know, but it works either way. So we're not going to use that one because we're not. I don't want to limit us to shirts right now. Let's just grab one more, and we'll keep Happy Mother's Day. That's a good one because that is relevant. However, it might not be good. I want to see Happy Mother's Day. Is Happy Mother's Day good? So after you use the bubble to find all those related searches, you want to go over to comparison like we did, and you want to put them in comparison. Now you're going to be able to check multiple at once. With search, you can only check one at a time. So that is why comparison's so powerful. Search all the way down to the bubble, grab relative keywords, put in comparison. Super powerful flow. This saves a ton of time. Okay, this is the time saver right here. So now we have Mother's Day gift, gifts for mom, new mom gift, and Happy Mother's Day. They're all good. So just like that, if I had a Mother's Day gift, which most people on Etsy make products that could be sold as a Mother's Day gift. So you're a little late now. I'm just using this as an example. Mother's Day is too close to be listing for it right now and get it shipped on time unless it's a digital product. And I'm not sure what kind of digital products your mom wants, but yeah, so this is just an example. Keep in mind, gifts for mom. We just found 4 good keywords based off of the flow that I use. Now you want to also keep in mind that there's going to be some suggestions down here. These are the top tags. On these ones, these top tags are really powerful too. Okay, so that's really good. Let's go over to something else really quick. Let's use it as a better example because Mother's Day is just such an easy freaking example. Like, it was so easy. One thing I want to mention before we do that is that green, red is what you're really looking for. Everybody freaks out on the competition. Do not freak out on the competition. Okay, competition is good. Literally all of my keywords that I've made all my money with, green, red. Okay, there's good strategy. If somebody told you to only do green, or only use low competition keywords, that's a good strategy. But you want to mix. If you can't rely only on low competition keywords, or even create an Etsy shop based off of only low competition keywords, because it's going to be tough that way. You want to enter. You actually, in most instances, want to enter a niche that has a lot of competition. Because number one, you can see what others are doing, what's working. And number two, there's a lot of buyers for it. If there's a lot of competition for it, that means there's a lot of demand for it. And if there's a lot of demand for it, then it's kind of survival of the fittest. And therefore, you can get better and better and better and win your way, to success. Rather than, hey, I'm the only person that sells this. And it might actually be a low quality product, but because there's no competition, you're doing great. That's possible too. But the low competition only strategy is not a good strategy. You want to mix. your keywords. You want low competition, yes, but you also want high competition. And if you only had to choose one, me personally, I would choose high competition because the volume is there. There's a lot of low competition keywords, but it might be low competition. Like there might be 200 searches a month, but you're not going to make $10,000 a month from 200 searches a month out of all of Etsy. So definitely keep that in mind as well. So that is that. I will go to dinnerware now. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, but I think your mom wants something a little more thoughtful than dinnerware. This was on the Mother's Day gifts, and so was a bunch of utensils and stuff. But I don't know, if I was a mother, I would not want like some spatulas like, hey mom, I love you, cook for me now. Like I know there's moms out there that agree with me. If you're a mom, please chime in on this. Your mom does not want to get like laundry detergent for that. And I don't think your mom wants this either. I don't know what kind of mom you got, but I don't think your mom wants that either. But dinnerware. Let's type dinnerware into Marmalade and see what happens really quickly. And just grab a few. So we're just going to do dinnerware really quick and just grab a few keywords quickly in this flow, because that's the whole benefit of this flow, is that it's quick. You don't want to spend an hour per listing, because when you first start off, I mean, it's easy to spend an hour per listing, but you should be able to become efficient with your listing and also with your keyword research. You don't want to just throw stuff up, but you also don't want to spend an hour per listing. And I know there's a lot of sellers that are doing so. And you know, you don't know if a listing is going to flop or take off. So you don't really want to spend an hour per listing. So typed in dinnerware. Okay, green, red. Not a whole lot of searches. A lot of dinnerware to choose from. I think a lot of this dinnerware is going to be vintage, because unless it's from a potter that makes it themselves or from somebody who shouldn't be selling it. Anyway, in other news, we're going to go to dinnerware set. We're just going to check dinnerware set, because, I mean, who wants to buy just one plate, right? So if you were a dinnerware seller, whatever that may be, whether you're a potter or a vintage seller, type in dinnerware into Marmalade and find out, hey, actually, you know, I am selling a dinnerware set. Let's see how dinnerware set, plays out in the comparison here. Comparison is just, search with all this middle stuff taken out. So then we're going to go vintage dinnerware. If in this example, you're a vintage dinnerware seller, so just bear with me, because not all of these examples are going to match everybody. However, you can see the flow that we're doing here. So dinnerware set is good. And actually it had more searches than dinnerware. You can see right here. So that is an example of how that flow found us a better keyword to use. Vintage dinnerware is not doing so hot, though, and there's a lot of competition for it. So all of you estate sale hunters out there, I'm sorry to inform you that vintage dinnerware is not the hottest item on Etsy. However, vintage china might be. Vintage china is down here, and it's a suggestion down there. So let's just type in vintage china, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. Vintage tableware, that's in there as well. I'm going to take one of those examples and see how that goes. Vintage tableware, and we'll see what we got. And by the end of this, I'm not going to use vintage dinnerware. Vintage china, still not as great. So we found out not as great. However, there are instances where you absolutely need to use a keyword. Like, that's literally what it is, and that's what my customers are typing in. If that situation fits, then you will have to use that. And in those situations, you just kind of have to use it, and that's okay. But at least you know where you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check the description and the link below if you want to try Marmalade and support my channel. And please feel free to ask me any questions. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and have a beautiful day.